वर्णिवेशरमणीयदर्शनं मन्दहासरुचिरादनाम्बुजं पूजितं सुरनरोत्तमैर्मुदा धर्मनन्दनमहं विचिन्तये। प्रभु तव मूर्ति विनोदकारी, पलपन विसरे नहीं जो विसारी। जुगल चरण सोड़ चिन्ह जेह, नजर समीपे रहो अमारी एह। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर, गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलो श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवाननी जय। श्री ठाकुर जी महाराजनी जय। श्री हरि कृष्ण महाराजनी जय। श्री घनश्याम महाराजनी जय। श्री सद्गुरुदेवनी जय। श्री 500 परमहंसनी जय। Supreme Almighty, our beloved Thakur Ji Maharaj, our Adi Gurudev, Pujya Swami Shri, all the other divine Sadgurus from our Muktanandiya Parampara, Pathmik Control Liberation, Pujya Path Guruji, all of you devotees, Jai Swaminarayan. In the Vachanamrut, Sriji Maharaj had given so many practical examples. Those examples by which we can understand the very deep meaning or very deep principle of the spirituality. And Sriji Maharaj has given such an examples in the Vachanamrut. Those happen in day-to-day life, so that everyone was familiar with those examples, with those scenes. And one of such examples given by Sriji Maharaj in the Vachanamrut 7th of Grada 2nd. The title of that Vachanamrut Nantanto had given, A Poor Man. We have many times seen such a poor man in our day-to-day life. While you are driving the car at stop sign or at another place, you might have seen such a poor people. But amongst those poor people, we have never think. For what? We will discuss it later. But we have never focused what happened if suppose I am standing instead of this poor man. We have never think in this way. But let me try to understand this Vachanamrut with this analogy of a poor man. Because Sriji Maharaj is very, very practical bhagwan, and who teaches the principle with the help of these practical examples and analogies. So, in this Vachanamrut, Sriji Maharaj was sitting in Gadada on the night of Shravan Sudhi Ekadasi in 1878. And at that time, some of devotees and Paramhansas, they were seated in front of Sriji Maharaj in the Sabha. The time was around 8 or 9. So, at night time, Sriji Maharaj giving this example of a poor man, and he explained a very easiest path to attain the virtues of a sadhu, to attain divine virtues or divine qualities that suitable to the devotees. Let me see first watch a video, and after that we will discuss what Sriji Maharaj himself want to give us the message out of this Vachanamrut. Because we have seen many times a poor man, but we will never think. Let me try to watch this, and while watching, let me compare this in our life. Let's go. Now, we all have watched this video, this very short 2 minutes video, but most of us, we have seen such kind of scene many times, and at the time we always think to give food to those who really needs. But this is not the meaning, or this is not the all purpose for watching this video. Sriji Maharaj here in this Vachanamrut give us a different view, different perspective to watch such kind of scene. With the first view, we can always get the message of this video, like we should always be kind to the poor, we always give or provide foods to the needy. In this way, we get this message. This is not bad, this is not wrong, this is good to acquire this quality. But as we are a satsangi, we are a devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, so we need to send our own self into this video. How we can go inside this video? We want to be a part of this video. You might have read the novel Rich Man, Poor Man. This is total indifference from that. In this video, you might, if I told you to be a part of this video, then you definitely choose the rich person who offer his food to the poor. But instead of being that, let me try to gaze our own self as a poor boy. Because in this Vachanamrut, Sriji Maharaj himself wanted us to be a poor. Why? Because we are poor. Let me see in the next slide. The question arises, are you a poor? Because I just told you, like we all are poor. But what you really think? Are you a poor? Sriji Maharaj here in this Vachanamrut says, a poor man may wish for lots of sumptuous food and lavish clothes, but how can he acquire them? because he doesn't have money. And without money, one cannot get these luxuries or even some basic needs. But in this worldly manner, in this world, we have attained lots of money or lots of luxurious things, luxurious flat or house to live in, luxurious car to go from one place to another, good university meaning good educations, good food. We have attained all these things. So you might have think like how I can consider myself as poor. I have everything. Bhagwan has given me everything. But do not think in this way. Change your perspective. Change your method of thinking. Just as in this Vachanamrut, Sriji Maharaj has given this example of a poor man. Because of lacking of money, just as a poor man cannot afford to buy a good meal or good clothes, in the same way, we are lacking of some virtues, and because of that, we cannot attain a proper nature, proper devotion towards Bhagwan and Satpurus in this satsang. We cannot feel a divine peace within because of lacking of something. And we are poor in such a way. Those who have acquired divine qualities, they are rich. And as we fail to acquire those divine qualities, so we are poor. Now, after getting this, ask yourself, aren't you poor or not? You definitely accept, yes, I am poor. Let's we go in the next slide. What our Adi Gurudev Swami Shri asked on behalf of us in the Vachanamrut, in the same Vachanamrut, Garda Middle, chapter 7. Muktanand Swami asks Sriji Maharaj, a devotee of God resolves in his mind, I do not want to retain a single swabhav which may hinder me in worshipping God. And yet such inappropriate swabhavs do remain. What is the reason for this? I will narrate an incident later, but before that, let me try to understand this question. Swami Shri had asked, a devotee of God resolves in his mind, just as we all have resolve. After entering this satsang, we all have one wish. As I am a devotee, I regularly attain Mandir, I regularly listen in Katha, and I have a darshan of Bhagwan and Santos. So I definitely get peace, divine peace within my heart. Next, we have a resolve to attain some divine experiences of Bhagwan. This is what our ultimate wish is after entering this satsang. So the question is here, we have this resolve, we have these wishes, but still some inappropriate swabhavas remain in our life which hinder us to experience divine peace or divine experience of God. So this is what our swabhav become an obstacle to fulfill our ultimate wishes. So Swami Shri asked, yet such inappropriate swabhavs do remain. What is the reason for this? We want to remove this swabhav as well, but we do not know what is the reason of retaining this swabhav in my life. So Swami Shri give us a message like, first and foremost, you should find it out what is the reason of your bad nature. Even after attaining the satsang, even after attaining Satpurus in the form of Puja Guruji, even after attaining the divine Santos of Loyadham Parivar and association of Loyadham Parivar Bhakto, what is my mistake by which I cannot attain a divine peace? So first and foremost, introspect our own self. This is what the message hidden in this question. Let me find what is the reason behind this thing, meaning behind retaining inappropriate svabhav in my life. Let me see in the next slide. The reason is very clear. Your attachment. Your attachment with money, your attachment with house, your attachment with different kinds of food, your attachment with your enjoyment, your good job, your business, different types of luxurious car, etc., etc., etc. There are so many things. And because of your attachment with those worldly things, you cannot attach yourself to Bhagwan and Santo. The reason, our poverty of virtues like that of Vairagya. This is what not I am telling you. This is the Vachanamrut's word. In this Vachanamrut, Sriji Maharaj himself says, for example, a poor man may wish for lots of sumptuous food and lavish clothes, but how can he acquire them? Similarly, one who lacks Vairagya may wish in his heart to acquire the virtues of a sadhu, but it is very difficult for him to do so. So definitely the reason is lacking of Vairagya. Sriji Maharaj, for us, he himself gives us this example. And Sriji Maharaj indirectly told us, you are a poor. Why we are poor? Because even after getting this satsang, such inappropriate svabhavs do remain in our life. That's why we are poor. Just as, suppose, in this society, someone get a lottery, and still, after getting a lottery, after 1 or 2 years, one remain as the same or even poor. So, what would you think of them? Definitely you understand that people are fool or poor by the mind, because he once attained lots of money and still he remained poor after 2 or 5 years. In the same way, Sriji Maharaj says, you are poor because after getting this satsang, this is very rare to attain. Not everyone can have darshan of Maharaj. Not everyone can have association of Ekantik Satpurush like that of Puja Guruji. Not everyone can have a chance to be a member of this Loyadham Parivar. We are specially selected by Bhagwan himself. We are specially chosen for this journey to ultimate liberation. And still, after Sriji Maharaj has shown his divine mercy upon us, and because of that, he given us this chance to get ultimate liberation. He had given us this chance to remain as a member of Loyadham Parivar. For me, Maharaj has given me a chance to become a sadhu and serve this Loyadham Parivar as a sadhu. And even after getting this much mercy of Bhagwan, if me and you could not consider this attainment as a great feat, and instead of that, we do not obey strictly each and every commandments, then what will happen? Maharaj considers us a poor. If after getting this satsang for last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, if nothing change in our heart, there nothing change in our swabhavs, then what is the benefit of attaining this satsang? So, for changing our bad nature, we must want to acquire the virtue of vairagya. What is vairagya? You regularly read the Siksapatri in the puja in the morning. So you may have knowledge regarding what is vairagya. Vairagya means like not only the detachment from the worldly things, but also the affection for Bhagwan and Satpurus. Both of these things, when these both things happen, that's called the vairagya. Now, after getting this lesson from Vachanamrut, first we read Swami's question, and because of that we know about, like, first we should find it out what is the reason for retaining such bad nature in my life even after getting this satsang. So now, as we research in our own self, we find it out the reason. What is the reason? Lacking of vairagya. Now, we want to acquire the virtues of vairagya in our life. But how can we acquire those virtues? Just as the poor boy, he also wanted to eat pizza, but he had nothing. No money, nothing. So how he can attain the pizza? But if the rich man knew about his wishes to eat the pizza, and if that rich person, he himself invited that boy, he himself took the boy inside the hotel and he himself fed him the pizza, then and then the boy can get the pizza. In the same way, let me see in the Vachanamrut in the next slide. Swami Shri asks on behalf of us, if a person does not possess vairagya, what means should he adopt to eradicate those vicious natures? Now we don't have money in the form of vairagya, just as the boy. Consider the example, or consider you have watched the video, and that video, the boy, instead of that boy, consider yourself. You are there. So, we don't have money in the form of vairagya, and we want to attain the divine virtues, or we want to eliminate the bad nature from our heart so that we can experience the divine peace within. Right? Just as that boy, after eating the pizza, he become happy. In the same way, we want to become happy after getting divine experience of God or divine peace within our heart. But we don't have money in the form of vairagya. Is there any other way to eradicate all of those bad nature and acquire the divine peace within? Swami's question is that if a person does not possess vairagya, meaning if someone do not possess enough money, just as us, we do not have proper vairagya in our life, and still we want to attain that divine peace. So, what means should he adopt to eradicate those vicious nature? We want to attain divine peace, and between us and Bhagwan, between us and Satpurus, there is one obstacle. That is our bad nature. We want to eliminate those bad nature from our heart, and the divine peace and Bhagwan and Satpurus is front of us. But to remove those wall of bad nature, we do not have enough money. So Swami Shri asks, is there any other method to eradicate those vicious nature? Let me see what Maharaj says. Next slide. Yes, Maharaj is Maharaj, and Maharaj has everything for us in his like in his mind or whatever we think. But Maharaj in this Vachanamrut says, if a person lacking Vairagya intensely serves a great sant and obediently perseveres in his observance of the injunctions of God, then God will look upon him with an eye of compassion and feel this poor fellow lacks Vairagya and lust, anger, etc. are harassing him very much. So now may all those vicious natures be eradicated. As a result, they will be eradicated immediately. That's it. This is very easy. Just as that rich man, what is the effort of the poor boy he performed? Nothing. He just watching the rich man, right? In the same way, we should also do the same. Don't worry about even though if you don't have any kind of virtues. No doubt, without virtue, no one can remain in this satsang. Everyone can have some virtues in their life, but sometimes we are not aware of that. But do not worry about if you do not have anything good in your life. You should just do two things. First one is intensely serves the Ekantik Satpurus. Second one is obey each and every commandments of Bhagwan given for us. Only these two things. Just as by only watching the guy who is eating, who is drinking his cup of tea, now in the same way our effort is similar like that of the boy in the eyes of Bhagwan. Even though we consider it like we are doing so much, but in the eyes of Bhagwan and Ekantik Satpurus, we are not doing anything, and we are just doing standing in front of them, wishing in our mind, and that's it, nothing else. But Maharaj and Ekantik Satpurus, they are omniscient. They read our heart. They read our mind. Merely by watching us, they immediately, without fraction of second, they knew our intention, why we are standing there. Just as that rich man, he understood the wishes of boys. In the same way, Bhagwan and Ekantik Satpurus, merely by watching us, they knew about our wishes. And if we have intensely served Satpurus, and if the Ekantik Satpurus become pleased upon us, then he prayed to Bhagwan, Maharaj, please, this devotee, this sadhu is performing my seva only to please you. So please become pleased upon this fellow and do some mercy upon him, and because of your mercy, please do something so that all of their bad nature be removed from their heart, and may they experience the divine peace of your form. This is the only and very easiest method to get a sumptuous food, meaning just as the boy get the pizza without, even though he doesn't possess money, still he get that, he fulfill his wishes. In the same way, even though we do not possess intensely Vairagya in our life, still if we follow this method, then just as it is depicted in this last slide, Bhagwan will sow the dollars on us. And meaning, what is dollar for us? all the divine virtues, not only Vairagya alone, Dharma, Bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya, meaning Ekantikpanu. Bhagwan and Ekantik Satpurus, they provide us with this facility of Ekantikpanu. And with these divine virtues of Ekantikpanu, we can easily get the divine experience of Bhagwan, and we can easily experience the divine peace within. And in this way, without money, we can get everything. Meaning without, even though we do not possess any Vairagya or other virtues, still we can get everything. But only we need to please Maharaj by intensely serving Ekantik Satpurus. This is the ultimate way, easiest way to get all of things, meaning to fulfill all of our wishes. So let we pray to Maharaj and Ekantik Satpurus. Let we say thanks to them, and let we try to imbibe this way Swami Shri had given us, Maharaj had given us this way in this Vachanamrut in our life, and try to remove poverty from our heart, poverty of different virtues. Even though we do not possess any of virtues, still they are the richest in the world. They are the richest in the universe, and they are so kind. They are 1,000,000% more kind than these worldly people. So they definitely provide us everything, whatever they have. So let we try to behave in such a way what is described, what is depicted in this Vachanamrut of Garda, middle chapter 7. In this way, Sriji Maharaj and Swami Shri showed us with the divine virtues of their own to everyone who try to imbibe this discourse in their life. By saying this, my humble Jai Swaminarayan. Shri Thakur Ji Maharajani Jai. Shri Patim Sridharam Sarvadeveshwaram Bhaktidharmatmajam Vasudevam Harim Madhavam Keshavam Kamadam Karanam Swaminarayanam Neelakantham Bhaja. Shri Thakur Ji Maharajani Jai.